Hey guys, welcome back to our walking series. We are so excited. Deo and I coming back. It's the spring. We survived the winter and now we are so ready to bring back our walking series. We are in Lincoln Park, which is a huge neighborhood just north of the downtown area. When I moved to the city of Chicago 19 years ago, Lincoln Park was the destination to move to. Honestly, everybody who is moving to Chicago knows about Lincoln Park just for specifically the 60-acre park that is to the east of us, but also just from like a safety aspect. There's so many different types of property, but it's a phenomenal neighborhood and is really exciting. I'm Ciochon. I'm a local real estate broker with at Properties and the Chicago Lifestyle team. We're so thrilled that you guys can join us and be a part of our growing community here. Now, Lincoln Park, the boundaries are gonna be south end is gonna be North Avenue to the lake, all the way up to Diversey Avenue, and then on the west side, you're all the way over by the river. We have only a short amount of time, so we may not hit everything, but we're gonna give you as much glimpse as we can. Now, we're starting at the front end of Lincoln Park in what's a micro neighborhood called Old Town Triangle. Now, Old Town does go south, but this side is an old artist community, and you will definitely see it in all of the styling that this neighborhood kind of has. If you are looking to make a move to the city, we would love to help you navigate the different neighborhoods, navigate buying and renting property here, and also if you are looking to sell and move away from Chicago, we would love to help you with that. We specialize on the north side of Chicago and absolutely love it and love portraying the Chicago lifestyle, which is our team, to all potential buyers here in the city. Now, I will leave my contact information right here. Also, we would love for you to like and subscribe to this video as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been building up this amazing community and we cannot wait to even grow it even more. Hopefully start doing a lot more things with it. We are right outside Second City, which is an improv and is super famous here in Chicago and actually throughout the world. It got this start in 1959, and honestly, the likes of Tina Fey and Molly Shannon and all the SNL characters that we know and love really got their start here. Chicago is a community-centric city, which on top of all the food and everything, this is what we're really known for. And honestly, I did an improv class at Second City about 2 years ago, and it was probably one of the best experiences that I've done in a long time. On top of going to the shows, all the improv shows that they offer, you can actually take courses here. So come on, let's go for a little walk. Look at these cute ducks. There's ducks and a turtle. Do you want to help birds? Aw, cute. There's literally so many random things. This is the best thing about Chicago. Like, right in the heart of Old Town, you got a couple ducks. So the cool thing about Old Town, the north side, is that there's so many historic buildings that are just really quaint and fun. Yeah, but I love this block. I love that, like, it's just a bunch of row homes. Like I said, so Old Town Triangle is full of like historic buildings similar to this. You have all the row homes right here on Crilly, as well as right across the street. You have all these really cool condos. Now, once we get past this street, we're gonna get into all these like small little vintage cottages, which are classic for this neighborhood. I love this purple house on the corner. I like always take pictures of it every single time I pass it. There's this like old school bowling alley right here on the end of the block. I kind of want to go sometime. I've never been, but it looks sick. So one of the best events that Old Town has throughout the year is the Old Town Art Fair. It happens in June. It's typically the second weekend of it, but all these artists come around and all these streets are closed off and everyone just meanders through, drinking, having a good time with friends and family, and also enjoying all the art in all these homes. I literally love spring in Chicago. So I know when people are moving to the city of Chicago, everyone's so worried about the winter, but honestly, the winter actually isn't bad. And here's a couple of tips. One is get outside. Getting outside during the day because the sun sets early and it rises late. So there aren't that many hours in the day that you actually get sun. Go out, look at it. Also, super cold days are the best days to go out because when it's super cold, typically it's blue skies and sunny. Those are the days that bundle up, get outside for 10 minutes and get some of that vitamin D. It will definitely help you. And also just dress appropriately. You get back into the spring and Chicago literally comes alive. So I know we always talk about the architecture when it comes to our Chicago neighborhoods because specific neighborhoods have specific architecture. Now, in Old Town, it kind of runs the gamut. You're gonna see a lot of 2 flats, 3 flats, gray stones, brick multifamilies, single family homes. There's some condos, a little bit of everything for everyone, which is why a lot of people really flock here. And then also on the east side of Lincoln Park is all the high rises. So if you want sick views of the lake as well as the park, that's where you're gonna wanna be. But in here is just quaint and cute. All right, so some of the fun things about selling real estate is I get to get into some of the coolest homes on the market. This one, back in 2018, actually sold for a little under $3 million, but it was so cool. All the architecture, there's like all these architecture style stairways and walking paths, really kind of cool. Actually, The Fugitive was shot here, and it was portrayed on HGTV. Kind of cool. So you get a lot of vintage homes around here, which obviously is right across. It's really nice to like have all of those. But the one thing I want to point out is the bay windows. There are some amazing bay windows around here, but it is all about capturing natural light. It also gives you a little square footage on the interior. So really kind of fun. So it's so interesting because honestly, like being in real estate now 16 years, I remember when I first got into real estate back in the Great Recession and all these older brokers like just kept on talking about how bad this neighborhood used to be in the 80s and how all of a sudden it just started changing, and in the 80s it revitalized itself, which is so fun about the city. Like there's so many different neighborhoods and pockets that are just gentrifying and always changing. And it's like so interesting to see the dynamic of the neighborhood change. I mean, it hasn't changed a ton, but as you can see, there's like a bunch of different architecture around here because they've had so many construction booms in this neighborhood. So you have 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, current homes that were built in the 2000s. So just kind of like a breath of fresh air for all the different stuff that you can kind of see, and you just see all of it blend together, where I think a lot of the other neighborhoods, you see very homogeneous types of property that come out just because they all were built around the same time. Kind of fun. Like, these are so cool. So this is Larrabee Street that we're walking down, and I live on Larrabee, and my office is on Larrabee. So literally I just take the street every single day, multiple times a day. There are literally so many townhomes in Lincoln Park. It's unbelievable. These are an example of just another one. Ooh, baby, baby. Lincoln Park also has some of the best schools in the city. All right, so over there, we're not gonna walk that way because we're gonna go down Burling, but over there is world-class restaurants, as well as theater and shopping. Restaurants, you have Boca Group, which is world-renowned. They have so many different awards from James Beard and all of that. Alinea Group is gonna be right there, which is the Michelin star, the big one here in the city of Chicago, because we have several, but it's the big one here. We also have down the street the Steppenwolf Theater, and you also have the Furniture District. And fun fact, I used to work in the Furniture District when I first moved to the city of Chicago. I worked at Express and Banana Republic on North Avenue Street, and it's so fun watching the dynamic around there change. So lots of fun things going on right there on Halsted. So in Lincoln Park, there are 3 designated streets that are called the Rockstar streets. I don't know if it's actually called the Rockstar streets, but I've been calling it the Rockstar streets for almost 15 years of selling real estate, and they include Howe, Orchard, and Burling. Now we're walking down Burling. Honestly, the reason I call them the Rockstar streets, these are really gorgeous single family homes that are built on these 3 streets, and they cost a lot of money. So they're the prime real estate in Lincoln Park. Now, obviously there's a bunch of other great neighborhoods within Lincoln Park, but this one has always had my eye. So honestly, this is one of my favorite homes in all of Chicago. I normally am a high-rise person, but when I want a single family home, one day I would love to buy this, but honestly, YouTube, do your work. Similar to TikTok, if you know the owner of this home and they ever decide to sell it, have them call me. So the distinct thing about these streets, every single home practically is covered with limestone. There is no alleys, so you have front access. They're all gonna be around 3 to 4 stories tall. A lot of them will have elevators. They're vertical living in the heart of Lincoln Park. Hunkering in on the Rockstar streets is this palatial house, which is at 1932 North Burling. Honestly, it's one of the most expensive homes to ever be listed on the market here in Chicago. It actually spans multiple city lots and was purchased in 2005 by the Perillo family who built it. And they bought it for about $12 million and reportedly spent well over $60 million just building it. I don't know if that's factual, but that's what I've heard. But it actually just sold recently. It started off on the market at $50 million and it just sold for $15.25 million just this past year. So crazy. Now this home is about 25,000 square feet and is 6 bedrooms, 7.5 baths. It is insane, but the cool thing is it sits on 177 by 149 for the lot, and the standard Chicago lot is 25 by 125. So that is a massive yard as well as house. So right now we are at the corner of Armitage and Halsted. Now Halsted is a commercial thoroughfare as well as Armitage, lots of quaint shopping and eating. You can't be on this corner without pointing out Cafe Baba Bariba, which honestly is a tapas restaurant that everyone in the city of Chicago has to at least try once, but their brunch is amazing and it's a local go-to all the time. So check that out. We're gonna keep walking down Armitage now. So we talk about boutique shopping experiences all the time here in the city of Chicago. So you have Damon, you have Southport Corridor, But here in Lincoln Park, you have Halsted Street and Armitage. Now, Armitage has a ton of really great shopping experiences for fashion, as well as interior design, and a lot of like luxury brands that just want to be here. In the heart of Lincoln Park is Depaul University, which is allegedly one of the largest Catholic colleges in the entire country. A lot of students go here. Actually, one of my very first roommates in the city of Chicago, we moved from Wisconsin down here. She went to Depaul and I went to UIC, but it's really great access and it's awesome for college students moving here. There's a lot of really good affordable housing around here as well, so, and access to the Red Line. No, here. All right, you guys sit. Good job. Ooh, 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 we got a treat. Good girl. Thank you, Good Games, for the treats in the water. All right, so now we are at Webster and Racine, walking west. This is a really fun block. Honestly, I think it's really quaint. It's a little commercial district, but also nostalgia is I used to work at the Kennigan Stray office that was there way back in the day when I first started my real estate career. So I've been working this neighborhood for a long time. All right, come on. All right, now we gotta cross. So Florial has some of the best sandwiches. It's a bakery and the best bread. It literally is like you're in Europe. Great. Nothing is ever cute when you're like eating. Oh my God, Deo. So we're outside of Oscar Mayer School and they have chickens, similar with a lot of elementary schools here in the city of Chicago actually have chickens. Deo, what are you doing? That's why you get a bird dog. All right guys, so now what we're doing is we're crossing Fullerton Avenue. So we're going from one micro neighborhood, which is the Sheffield District, and we're gonna cross over getting into the Wrightwood District. Wrightwood is a really great street for driving. I like it, I cut through it all the time, but the housing over here is gonna be really pretty as well. Hi, nice stick. So the Wrightwood District is really actually interesting. It's kind of quaint and cute. You're gonna find a lot more of the siding and frame buildings, which is really kind of cool. But you also have a mixture of newer construction that was built in the 2000s as well as the 90s. So thank you guys so much for taking the tour with us of Lincoln Park. It is literally an exquisite neighborhood. There's so many different reasons why it's one of the best neighborhoods in the city of Chicago to move to and live in. There are so many great reasons why a lot of people love living in this neighborhood. You have tons of green space, amazing shopping, phenomenal restaurants, public transportation, grocery stores, access to the lake. But there's just so many cute, quaint micro neighborhoods that this neighborhood features that there's a little bit of something for everyone. Ben, we would love to help you explore it even in more depth. Here is our contact information. Please feel free to reach out to us. Again, we love helping people buy, sell, and rent here in the city of Chicago, and I think Lincoln Park would be a phenomenal option. But also make sure you check out our other walking videos. We go through a lot of different neighborhoods throughout the city of Chicago. Make sure you join our community and subscribe below. And we look forward to helping you live the Chicago lifestyle. Thanks, guys. All right, good job. You did it. You're kind of boring, you know that?